They took our gold, our art, our names. But the greatest thing they stole was our knowledge. And now the world pretends it was their discovery. The Black News family, and what I'm about to tell you, honestly left me speechless. Because this story right here shows how our knowledge, African knowledge, has been stolen, repackaged, and sold back to the world as a discovery. Let's rewind to 1856. A British explorer named Sir Richard Burton traveled to Somalia. There, Somali nomads told him something that, if he'd listened, could have changed medical history. They explained that malaria was transmitted by mosquitoes. But Burton refused to believe them. To him, that was just superstition. He brushed it off, because how could Africans possibly know something he didn't, right? Fast forward to 1902, almost half a century later. Another Brit, Donald Ross, wins the Nobel Prize for discovering that malaria is transmitted by mosquitoes. A global celebration followed. Europe called it a revolution in science. But let's be honest, Ross didn't discover anything new. He simply confirmed what Africans had already known for generations. Personally, I find that shocking and painful, because it's not just about malaria. It's about a long pattern of erasure. African wisdom has been mocked, ignored, and then, when repeated by Europeans, celebrated as genius. It's the same story over and over again. Even the name malaria comes from a European mistake. They believed the disease came from bad air or malaria. Meanwhile, Africans had already identified the true cause, mosquitoes. So when people talk about discoveries, we have to ask, who's really discovering and who's just taking credit? This story isn't just about science. It's about truth, respect, and the rewriting of history. And honestly, I think it's time we start giving credit where it's long overdue. Because African knowledge didn't just inspire the world, it built it. If this story moved you even a little, don't just scroll like it to keep the truth alive. Comment your thoughts. And share it with someone who still believes Africa only followed history, when in fact we wrote it first. I'm your brother Vernon, the nationalist.